Hello, lovely yogis. Welcome back to another flow with me, Amy, if you have not practiced with me before. This is going to be a fun, funky, fluid, feel-good, all the letter F's today apparently, Vinyasa flow. So if you are ready to begin, then come and meet me on your mat. I will invite you to come to a comfortable cross-legged seat facing the front of your mat. You can grab hold of a block, a cushion, a blanket, anything to sit on that will make you feel comfortable. So, of course, this is going to be a fluid flow where we move our bodies. But before we do that, let's take a moment to connect to the fluid movement of our breath. Take a moment first to check in with your posture, finding length through both sides of the neck. Stacking the head over the heart, over the hips, feeling the shoulders softening down away from the ears, maybe moving the jaw in circles, letting go of any tension in the face and in the neck. Notice all the parts of the body that are connected to the earth, feeling the sit bones rooting down, providing that stable foundation. Lift up and out through the torso, finding length through all four sides of the body, the front, the back, the sides. Finding that middle ground between softness and stability, staying engaged but also not tensing up our muscles. Start to connect to your breath. Notice the quality of your breath. Is it smooth and fluid, or is it a bit rough and jagged? Can you make it a bit softer and smoother and deeper? Notice where the breath is travelling in the body. Is it making its way all the way down, deep into the belly? Or is it maybe getting stuck in the chest and the throat? And with every breath, can you gently guide it a little bit deeper? The deeper into the lungs we breathe, the more efficient the exchange of oxygen and CO2 is. So that's a fab reason to take deep breaths, one reason of many. If you're not already breathing in and out through the nose, I'll invite you to do so. And to keep up that nasal breathing throughout the practice if it feels comfortable. Take 3 more deep breaths in silence or on your own. Last bit of stillness before we move. The eyes can stay closed if you wish, and bring the hands to face down on top of the knees, using the hands to support you. On your next inhale, pull the heart through in between the shoulders, opening through the chest, and exhale, round the spine, pressing the heart towards the back of the room. Deep breath in, open the chest, fill the lungs, and deep breath out, rounding through the spine. Inhale, lift, open, shine the collarbones forward, draw the shoulders back, and exhale, round everything in, chin to chest, stretching through the back body. Deep breath in, open, deep breath out, round. Take 3 more on your own at your own pace, moving with your breath. Once you're done with your seated cat-cow, start to take it in circles, dropping the chest down, around, pushing the spine back, taking it down to the other side. Movement can be as small or as large as you want it to be. Exhaling as you press it back, inhaling as you round it forwards. Switch direction of the circles. One more going in this direction. As you're ready, come back through centre, switch the cross of the legs so we're evening things out. On your next breath in, reach both arms all the way up to the sky, maybe gaze up ahead, taking it into a little baby back bend. And on your next breath out, bring either the right fingertips, the right hand, or the right elbow down onto the mat. Take a big side stretch over to the right hand side. As you breathe in, send the breath into that left side lung. Feel the body opening up with every inhale. And as you exhale, maybe move a little bit deeper into the bend. Take another deep breath in, prepare, and on your next exhale, let that left hand carry on travelling so it comes onto the right knee. Lift the chest, bring the right fingertips out behind you. Maybe you even start to shimmy those fingertips to reach for the left inner thigh. Deep breath in, finding some length. Deep breath out, finding a little bit more depth. On your next breath in, reach those fingertips all the way up, take a big stretch, maybe wiggle the fingertips up at the top, and then breathe out. Bring the left hand, left fingertips or left elbow down onto the mat. And as you reach the right fingertips up and over, just make sure that that shoulder isn't hunching up too much towards the ear. Deep breath into that right side body. Deep breath out. Inhale to prepare, exhale, right hand comes onto left knee, lift yourself up and then either bring the left fingertips behind or walk them around to find the bind. Deep breath in, lengthen, deep breath out, deepen. Inhale, reach both arms up for one last time and exhale, plant both hands towards the top of the mat. Roll over the knees, uncross the ankles. You might need to walk the knees back a bit. Knees are wide, big toes are touching, and then drop the hips down towards the mat. Lift the chest, draw the heels in towards the glutes. So it's like an upward facing dog, but we're drawing the heels in towards the glutes, opening through the chest. Maybe drop the head back ever so slightly, but only if it feels supported in your body. Take another inhale here. And then exhale, roll over the knees. Big toes are touching, knees are wide, press it back to child's pose. Take a little moment, wiggle around, feeling into the hips here. On your next breath in, roll back over the knees, drop the hips, lift the chest, king pigeon, and breathe out, press your way back, child's pose. Inhale, come forwards, king pigeon. Exhale, press it back, child's pose. One more time. Inhale, make your way forwards, hold here, gaze over the left shoulder, back towards the left toes, come back through centre. Gaze over the right shoulder, back towards the right toes, come back through centre. And now straighten the legs, toes pointing off to the outside edges of the mat, so it's a wide leg, upward facing dog. And bring the hands underneath the ribs, either roll over the tops of the feet or tuck under the toes, press your way back to a wide-legged downward-facing dog. Feet are as wide as the mat. Using that extra space between the legs to draw the chest back towards the thighs. As with our downward facing dog, we can take some intuitive movement here, pedaling through the legs, wiggling the chest, wiggling the hips. And now point the toes so they're facing out at an angle. Start to walk the hands back towards the feet. Drop the hips down, coming into Malasana at the back of the mat. You can bring the hands to press together at heart center. Maybe bring the fingers to interlace. And just rock your weight from side to side, feeling into the hips. If the fingers are interlaced, release them. Inhale, sweep the left arm down, right arm reaches up to the sky, and then maybe take a bind around that left leg, puffing the chest up towards the sky, feeling into the stretch. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, take it over to the other side. Once again, taking whichever option is calling to you today. You don't always have to take the bind, even if it's something you normally do. Maybe today it feels good, maybe another day it doesn't. Release, come back through center, bring the fingertips down to the mat, start to straighten the legs, walk the toes in so they're pointing forwards, stacking the hips over the knees, over the ankles, and start to feel into the legs. Bending and straightening one leg at a time, letting the upper body be drawn down towards the earth. On your next breath in, sweep the right toes all the way up to the sky, standing split, and then bend that knee, start to take some circles with that right knee. They might just be little baby circles, they might be big circles. Just make sure you go in both directions. As you're ready, inhale, sweep those toes all the way back up to the sky, and keeping the right leg lifted, start to walk yourself forwards into a three-legged plank. Right toes hovering off the mat, finding one nice long line from the crown of the head to the tip of the tailbone, and then tap right elbow in towards the right knee, in towards the right elbow. Inhale, sweep it up to a three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to elbow. Deep breath in, three-legged dog. Deep breath out, knee to elbow. One more time, three-legged dog, and breathe out, knee to elbow. Take it down to the wrist, up to the armpit, to the wrist, to the armpit, to the wrist, to the armpit, and then three-legged dog. Flip your way over into a wild thing, reaching the right fingertips to the front of the mat, coming onto the right tiptoes, and then bring that right hand into a fist. Start to take some nice circles with that wrist. Deep breath in, prepare yourself, start to hover the right toes off the mat, and then step the right toes all the way to the top of the mat so they're next to the left hand, and then start to lift the left toes and the left arm, coming into a half moon on that right leg. You can have the right fingertips down on the mat, or you can have them hovering for a little bit of an extra challenge. Maybe you stay here, maybe you bring right hand to right ankle and reach the left hand around for the outside edge of the left foot, and start to kick that left foot up to the sky, coming into sugarcane pose. If you've got the grip on that left foot, release, come back into your half moon, and then drop the left foot all the way to the back of the mat, landing in a warrior two, sinking deep into that right leg. Inhale, straighten the leg, bring the hands to touch. Exhale, sink it back down. Deep breath in, fly the warrior. Deep breath out, sink it back down. One more time. Inhale, extend, bring the palms to touch. Exhale, sink it down. Now start to straighten the right leg as you bend into the left knee, dropping it down for Skandasana on the left leg, so we're at the back of the mat. Right toes are pointing up towards the sky. You can use that left elbow to push open that left knee, really feeling the stretch in the groin and the inner thigh. Now, big transition. You're going to spin your way around into a revolved crescent lunge on the left leg, facing the back of the mat. So spin round, bring the right toes to the mat, hook the right elbow to the outside of the left knee, push the chest open towards the left hand side of the room. And now drop that right knee down onto the mat, lift the right elbow off that left knee, bring the upper body so it's facing forwards, and then start to straighten, start to straighten that left leg. So we're in a kind of half split, but we're stacking the head over the heart, over the hips. The upper body is upright, really finding the balance here. Inhale, sweep both arms up to the sky. Exhale, bring the right hand either towards the right calf, the right heel, or down towards the mat. You can untuck those toes as you reach the left arm up and away behind you. You might be wobbling and falling everywhere. That's absolutely fine. Now another big transition, bring the left hand to meet the right, spin the right toes so they're facing the back of the mat, drop the left knee down, landing in a tabletop facing the front of the mat. So if you got totally lost and confused, we're in an all fours facing the front of our mats. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. One more. Deep breath in, lift the chest. Deep breath out, round the spine. Now tuck under the toes, lift the knees to hover off the mat, just a few inches, still keeping a nice long spine. Hold here, tap the right hand to the left shoulder, place it back down. Left hand to right shoulder, place it back down. Right to left, down, left to right. Keep going, moving between the two sides, going as fast or as slow as you want to go. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then straighten the legs, coming into downward facing dog. Once again, bring the feet wide, walk the hands towards the feet, landing in our Malasana. Inhale, open up to the left hand side. Exhale, come back through centre. Inhale, open up to the right. Exhale, come back through centre. Straighten those legs, lift the hips, coming into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the left toes high, standing splits. Bend that knee, start to take some nice big circles, feeling into the hips. Going in both directions. And then inhale, sweep those toes back up to the sky, walk yourself forwards into a three-legged plank. Finding a lot of strength here, tapping into those left glutes, and now tap that left knee in towards the elbow. Inhale, sweep it up to a three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to elbow. 2 more times, deep breath in, lift the toes, deep breath out, tap it in. 1 more time, sweep the toes high, deep breath out, tap, and then bring the knee to the wrist, to the armpit, to the wrist, to the armpit, to the wrist, to the armpit, and then sweep those toes high, drop them up and over, wild thing. Reaching the left fingertips towards the front of the mat, maybe take that left hand into a fist, start to take some nice big circles. Inhale to prepare, start to hover the left toes off the mat, and then take a big step, planting the left foot next to the right hand, sweeping the right toes up to the sky, lifting the right arm, coming into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Fingertips on the mat, hovering for an extra challenge. Maybe they reach for the ankle. Maybe you take it into sugar cane pose by grabbing the outside of the right foot. And if you've got the bind on the foot, release it. Everybody take a big step back, landing in a warrior 2, bending into that left knee. Inhale, fly the warrior. exhale, sink it back down. 2 more. Deep breath in, straighten the leg, reach the arms up. Deep breath out, sink it back down. Last time, inhale, straighten and lift. Exhale, sink it down, and then straighten the left leg, bend into the right leg, landing in a Skandasana on that right knee. Left toes pointing up towards the sky, and we use that right elbow to deepen ourselves into that opening. And now we take a huge transition, coming onto the left toes, spinning ourselves around, hooking the left elbow to the outside of the right knee for our revolved crescent lunge. And then drop that back knee down, unwind from the twist so the torso is facing straight ahead, and then start to straighten that right leg, coming up onto the right heel, toes pointing towards the sky. So we're in a kind of half split situation. Inhale, reach both arms up, and then exhale, take that left hand either to the heel, to the calf, or to the mat, whatever version feels good, as you reach the right fingertips up and away behind you. And then bring the right hand to meet the left, spin around on that left knee, drop the right knee to meet it. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, round the spine. Fill the lungs as you drop the belly and open the heart, and empty the lungs as you round the spine, chin into chest. Last time, deep breath in, open, deep breath out, round. Now once again, tuck under the toes, lift the knees to hover off the mat. This time, straighten the legs, step the feet away so you're in a plank. Once again, we'll take those taps. So right hand to left shoulder, place it back down. Left to right, place it down. Keep it going. Can you take it even faster than you did the last time we were in that tabletop? And can you keep the hips nice and steady so you're not swaying too much from side to side? For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to your plank and take some rocks, using the tiptoes to propel you backwards and forwards, keeping that one nice long line so we're not rounding through the back body or sinking down into the hips. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower yourself all the way down onto your belly. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. This time, inhale, lift, hold. Option to stay here or to lift the hands to hover off the mat. Option to stay here or to lift the feet to hover off the mat. Maybe you reach the fingertips straight out in front of you. Maybe you then bring them to cactus and then extend, cactus, extend. Another option is to bring the fingertips to reach towards the back of the mat. Reach the right fingertips for the back of the right knee. Come back through centre. Left hand taps the back of left knee. Back through centre. Now you can keep flowing between those two sides. Whatever option you've chosen, hold in your spine strength for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and soften the chest down. Bring one hand to stack on top of the other, making a little pillow to rest your head on. Feel the breath being reflected back towards your face as it lands on the mat. Now start to draw the heels in towards the glutes and then windshield wipe the feet from one side over to the other. Bring the knees together, slide the hands so they're under the shoulders, and then press yourself back to a narrow-legged child's pose, draping the torso down over the thighs. a little counter pose for our little spine strength sequence. On your next breath in, start to press yourself to an upright position, swing the legs out from underneath you, root the feet down into the earth, extend the fingertips out long, and then start to slowly lower yourself down onto your back. Once you land there, hug both knees into the chest, give yourself a nice big squeeze. Keep the grip around the right knee, extend the left leg long, and just start to wiggle that knee around in circles, wiggle it from side to side, just whatever feels good. And then bring the hands to interlace around the back of that right leg, straighten that leg, either flex or point the foot. Maybe take some circles with the ankle and start to walk the hands further and further up that leg as you draw it in towards your face. Doesn't have to be anywhere near you, can be just yearning in that direction. And either with the leg still straight or bending the knee, bring that right leg across the body, over to the left, coming into a twist. Unwind, come back through centre, give both knees another squeeze. Nice little rhyme for you there, give both knees a squeeze. And then keep hold of the left knee, extend the right leg out long, and just take some little wiggles with that left leg. Bring the hands to interlace around the back of the left leg, straighten that leg, take some movement with the left ankle. And then start to walk the hands up the back of the leg, feeling into that hamstring. My legs are seriously aching from a strength workout that I did yesterday, so I'm feeling this in my hamstrings even more than ever. Now, either with a straight leg or a bent leg, gently guide that left leg over to the right hand side, coming into a twist. Keeping both shoulders rooting down into the earth and letting the gaze fall wherever feels comfortable. Unravel back through centre, give those knees one final squeeze, and then bring the hands either to the inside or the outside edges of the feet. Start to draw the knees down towards the earth as you push the feet up towards the sky. Happy baby. Wiggle around, find what feels good, maybe bending and straightening one leg at a time, maybe straightening both legs. And release from your happy baby. Drop down for a little moment in Shavasana, making whatever shape your body wants to make. I have dropped into a Supta Baddha Konasana, but you can be in whatever shape you fancy. Once again, as we find stillness in our bodies, we still connect to the fluidity in our breath. Has the quality of the breath changed since the start of the practice? Maybe it has, maybe it hasn't. Just something to notice. Again, notice whether there's any tension that your body is clinging onto, and just try and gently nudge that tension away, dissolving it as you soften into the earth. If you feel like chilling out in your Shavasana for longer, then I very much encourage you to do so. If you are ready or you need to move on, then start to bring some gentle movement back to the body, maybe wiggling the fingers and toes, maybe taking circles with the ankles, the wrists, the hips, the knees. Maybe take it into a big full body stretch, like you've just woken up on a morning. And then start to make your way up to a comfortable seated position, ending just as we began. We'll seal our practice with 3 deep releasing breaths. Inhale through the nose. Make some noise as you sigh it out through the mouth. 2 more. Open your eyes if you have not already, and thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. If you did enjoy this video, I would be so grateful if you could like it so that I know you enjoyed it. You can comment with any requests for future videos, any suggestions, anything you fancy, and of course don't forget to subscribe so that you never miss a video from me. Have a fab day, and hopefully I will see you again soon.